Hi, I'm Duff McCutcheon with HR Today at the HRPA 2016 Annual Conference and Trade Show. And I'm with Clara Hughes, a six-time Olympic medalist and a spokesperson for mental health issues in Canada. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me here.
What should HR professionals understand about the challenges that people with mental health issues are facing?
Really, I think it's a matter of education. It's a matter of understanding what the issues are, and that these are illnesses, they're psychological illnesses that really need to be looked at in the same way as diabetes, as cancer, as any other diseases. A person can come back to the workplace, sometimes stronger than ever, after going through a bout of something like depression. I myself went through a major depression after my first Olympic Games, and I went on to compete in 5 more Olympic Games after that and win more Olympic medals because I received the proper care and treatment and help. And I had support from my workplace. Educate yourself, your workforce, empower people with knowledge and tools that they can work with, and you can make a big difference. And you'll see it in profitability and in how healthy your workforce is, and realize these are human beings on the other end, and
Sure.
And this matters.
What kind of education resources are available to workplaces to do that, to help educate managers? And
Yeah, I'm the spokesperson for a major mental health campaign called Bell Let's Talk. So Bell Canada took on mental health as their main cause that they were going to give to, and they were going to raise awareness for. And I know that a company that large, everything that they did, they were like looking for best practices in the workplace in terms of training people, in terms of prevention, in terms of everything mental health related. I know Great West Life has a fantastic array of resources that are available, tools that people can use, and they are all available. So just start looking out there, see what's available, and you'll realize that a lot of the resources and a lot of the tools are actually free, and all you need to do is download them. I think it's really hard for people to have the trust that they're not going to be judged, that they're not going to be ridiculed or perhaps lose their job over something like talking about an illness that they're struggling with.
Right.
That's a psychological illness, is something that still has a lot of stigma attached to it. Canada's definitely changed over the last 6 years. I'd say it's improving, but I think we still have a long way to go to truly accepting and respecting and allowing proper treatment, care, support, and respect for people that are dealing with health issues of the psychological form. And I think it's going to take time. It takes a lot of time to gain trust from an employee to an employer. And as an employer, as an HR individual, realize that you can be a part of building that foundation of trust where we can actually create a time, and it can be, a few years from now, it can be 10 years from now. If you look into the future, imagine a time where people didn't feel that stigma or that shame, and we weren't losing lives over this. Not only, are we losing productivity, we're losing lives. That's the reality of it, and you can change this. So really tap into what's out there. Don't feel like you need to reinvent the wheel. There over the last, half decade, it's changed a lot, and it's opened up so much. And there's a lot of stuff out there that people don't realize is there. So go and dig, and you'll be surprised at what you find. And if you don't find what you think is good enough, create it yourself. Put money into this, invest in this, because you're investing in a healthy workforce, you're investing in a healthy human being that's going to be a good community member, that's going to be a good family member, and is going to be good to themselves as well, and they need that support, so make it happen.
one last question. I understand you went on a big bike ride recently. What was your favorite spot?
Well, this is, I did a big ride around Canada for mental health awareness. So 110 days, 11,100 kilometers, 250 community events, 80 school events. And if I had to pick a favorite spot, I couldn't. It just made me realize how big and beautiful Canada is. And what made it beautiful wasn't even the magnificent, incredible landscape. It was the people. And it was the warmth and the openness and the communities, 105 communities that welcomed us in and allowed us to bring the mental health conversation. It was phenomenal, and I'll never forget it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks very much for coming.
Thank you.
And I'm Duff McCutcheon with HRPA Today, and that's a wrap.